So your display is going to be organized based on how your book is organized. If your book is a work of fiction, it will likely have a setting, when and where the story takes place, a plot summary. There will be characters, there will be conflict, resolution of conflict, and then with any book, you would have an opinion or review of that book. And then also, somewhere prominently placed on your display, you should have some info about the author. I do not recommend writing out the titles unless you have really nice handwriting. You can print out your own titles, or you can just create the subtitles rather out of letters, like the ones that you buy, like the ones that are being used for the title, which in this case is title. So your setting, when and where the story takes place, your plot summary, just a little bit about the story. You don't have to give away the whole plot, just something about the book itself. And then if it's a memoir, then something about the life of the person. The characters, pretty self-explanatory. You just list the characters here. And conflict, there can be conflict with the self, there can be conflict with other characters, and there can be conflict with the environment. Resolution of conflict. Sometimes the conflict is resolved, sometimes there is no resolution. And then your opinion or review. Do you recommend the book to other people? Who do you recommend the book to? Who would you recommend the book to? I recommend using a nice border, maybe coloring the board. If you start with a plain white board, you could use chalk or paint sticks. So I think I'm going to do No Disrespect by Sister Souljah. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So here's just an example of how a board would look. And I'm going to share a couple of projects that have been done before. So this project was done by a second grader last year at our last book fair. And you can see that this student took a sort of non-traditional approach. She put the title at the bottom here. She did not use a ruler or anything to space the letters to make it more clear, but it's very creative. See, there's lots of colors and beautiful borders, and it does go along with the actual book cover, which is nice. It keeps with the theme. I don't have the book here with me, but we've got the plot here. TJ is going to school for the first time. And then she went over here for the setting at school in September. Then we have the conflict. In this case, the conflict was TJ had a bully. Uh-oh. Let's see, was there a resolution of conflict over here? Let's see, the resolution was TJ got confidence. She was kind to the bully. And she lists the characters here. I'm not going to try to read that right now. I don't really remember how to read that language anymore. And this was, the title of the book was You Can Be a Good Friend. Now, I don't see anything about the author here. I think there may have been something separate that went along with the display that wasn't on the board, and I don't remember offhand who the author was. So as you see, if you run out of room on the cards, you can always double them up here. And this was a nice presentation from our second grader. And I want to show what it looks like when a child finds out about book fair the day before and is excited about it. So this student, who was a fourth grader, found out about book fair, I think the day before, 2 days before, and she did this book, which I actually happen to have. This book is Born on the Water. This was part of the 1916, I keep saying that wrong, it's not 1916, the 1619 project. It was just a beautiful tribute. So So it looks like she did this with just the board that was provided, some index cards, some little puff puffs, and marker. She chose her color scheme. She put a little bit of razzle dazzle on here with the border, and she was done, and she was happy with what she came up with in a short period of time. But she's got her setting, the Kingdom of Ndongo, West Central Africa, and Virginia. The characters, the teacher, the grandma, brother. She's naming people in the book. She's got about the author. She's got about the authors, meaning for that to be plural, because there was more than one author for this book. They are both committed to beginning a discussion for children about our true history. So that's great. Her opinion was simply 10 out of 10. So she covered everything, the plot summary, the conflict, resolution of conflict, and she put a little bit more about her opinion right there. So this was a really great jump into the water at the last minute kind of project. And I think she did a great job. And definitely, I did applaud her on her efforts, and I did enjoy assisting just a little bit with the project. So there was just really no way to make this not be kind of a long video, but I wanted to get us started with September is Black Reading Month and get started thinking about the kinds of books and displays that we're going to be preparing. So come on and let's get our projects together.